penis. Seriously? Topples. Smokey, Aaron, Devil, how's it going? Not first, Devil. How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Waiting for 20 seconds for someone since y'all so slow. Ooh. Ah, Smokey's so goated. Hold on. Harsh, Chris, how's it going? Chris, it's 7:30. The fuck you mean you're sleepy? I'm like almost certain you're in my time zone, Chris. The fuck you mean you're sleepy? It's 7:30. You can't be sleepy at a baby little 7:30. That's baby time. Come on. 4:22. What? Oh, we have talked about this. No, never mind. You are West Coast. Yeah. The fuck? How are you sleeping at 4:22? Get it together. Get a Red Bull. I'm not sponsored by Red Bull, but I fucking love Red Bull, bro. That's ideal. That's actually my dream sponsorship, though. Red Bull one day. Oh, dude. I smash Red Bull. Fucking love those things. 22nd of April. Luvian, appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. No worries. Appreciate you coming all the same. 4:22, April 20. Bro, it's 4:30 a.m. for you, Smokey? Bro, why are you up? I mean, I appreciate you being here, but goddamn. Cop. 22nd. Yeah, that's tomorrow, idiot. Oh, you meant 4:22. Oh, in that sense. I'm sorry. So, Kami, how's it going, man? It's it's 2:30 a.m. still, all the same. Late night workout. You know what? Been there, buddy. Okay, no judgment here, okay? No judgment. Been there. I used to. I found anytime after 1:30, if I went to my gym, anytime after 1:30 before like 6, maybe 5, probably 5, you'd start getting some people. It would be just me and the cleaner. It'd just be me and the cleaner. Like, it was so peak. I'm cooking food because I took a nap earlier. Nice. It just used to be me and the cleaner. It was cool. I legitimately think I have been to the gym. I have been to my gym at every single hour at one point or another. Like, I've been there at 4 a.m. might be the only hour I might have missed. I've been there at 3. I left just around 3, but I've been there at 3. I don't think I've been there at 4. 5 I've been. Anytime later I've probably been. Anytime earlier, 3 or sooner, I've also been. I feel like 4 a.m. is the only number. Maybe I'll try and I'll be on the East Coast in like 1 or 2 months. Like East Coast perma time, or like you'll be here briefly for a bit. The fuck is this word? Chopped. What is this fucking word? Before you start reading, what do you think of the Pride armor that Gardner wore? Dude, I think that's pretty cool. It gives you a hunter with the ability to move like a hunter and still have like a Twilight Giant's durability. And the sword is kind of, The sword is kind of goated, even more so than the armor, as far as I'm concerned. For hopefully permanent, I despise moving. Oh, I see. Okay. But hey, East Coast, way better. I mean, unless you're in Cali, in which case the weather's obviously unbeatable. But everything else, East Coast is better. The weather's the only thing West Coast does better. What the fuck is this word? Okay, so something F-U... Humpy? How do you think it was created? Asking because it's explained first chapter of volume 5. How was it created? Okay, so... A sequence... I'm gonna miss the Cali weather though. In-N-Out. Okay, I've never had In-N-Out. Mainly because In-N-Out, I'm pretty sure, is only like beef burgers, right? And I don't do red meat. I just don't. I like white meat a lot, but I don't like red meat at all. I don't know. I'm just not a fan. So I don't do. For a long stay, I'll be quick and made a little web app that allows Kami to remotely switch, play, and pause to preserve the immersion. Hope. No. How? What? Scared of two pathways, betrayal on the wearer. Without the spaces, of course. How? Hope? Dude, fucking love you, seriously? No shot. That's so fucking cool, dude. What? Kami's listening his shit. Is it this thing, Hope? How does this work? Dude, oh my god, I'm gonna fiddle around with this after stream. Dude, you are the fucking GOAT! No shot! What? This is not gonna fucking dox me, is it? Hold on. Oh, new background, by the way. Hope you guys like it. I'm gonna figure out a way to blend this in a little bit with, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but if I can figure out a way to blend this a little bit, it won't. I'm not that clever. Bro, you created this. This is dope as fuck. What do you mean? But then, so it will so when Kami loads it, it'll automatically play it for me? It'll play it for both of us? And then as soon as he loads a new one, it'll load it for me and then unload the old one from... Okay. So it's basically like, theoretically, it's like a remote play music with your friends together sort of thing. Theoretically, that would be like, if you were to commercialize it, that's what it would be intended. That's what it's intended. It doesn't do loops yet, but I'm working on it. Okay, dude, that's fucking awesome. Dude, holy shit, W's for Hope. Thank you, dude. Holy piss. Seriously? That's so cool, dude. What the fuck? I'm gonna pin this. Okay. Dude, genuinely, that's goated shit. What do you mean? That's so cool. I wanted to send you this for volume 3, but I got stuck at work. Nah, all good, man. So we still can't use... Yeah. Yeah, he said he's working on it, so I'm sure that... I can't imagine that feature would take that long. But I also have no fucking idea what I'm talking about, so don't listen to me. Plague, how's it going, man? There's a World show coming, by the way. Your mother, okay? Fuck you. So, okay, just to fuck with red, I have to get it now. I have to get it. So, I'm thinking like P plump, but then P can't be here. That would be a strong contender though. Unless I just spam it once every 4 minutes. Yeah, exactly. But like again, we don't need it because right now I'm assuming the first starting couple chapters, starting bit is going to be a little quiet anyway, so it's no big deal. No, that's fucking awesome. So that way it gives Hope like plenty of time. It gives him like, you know, a weekend, a couple of days to work on it. It's like no rush at all, so he doesn't have to stress about it. Didn't check, but yeah, exactly. Oh, same thing doesn't. Okay. So we got to work on. Load before we can do that. Yeah, it's fine, Kami. In the interim, I can just play music regularly, right? Until we get that fixed. That is all good. Okay, so this is my immediate instinct, but the P can't be at the start. Everything else can work. The U in the second place can work. The M in the fourth. The Bratty OS gave this... What? Okay, so something... Flump, blump. Your mother, devil. Get fucked, idiot. You're welcome for the motivation. Bro, Devil's taking W's regardless. Aw, thanks, Hope. Aw, thank you, dude. Holy shit. By the way, I swear to God, we made this is neither here nor there, by the way, but we made I say we, but we made a thing, we made a Minecraft server. The only one who has played in it has been Zaza. He's the only one, and he beat the Ender Dragon. No one else has even logged on. I logged on, played for like 7 minutes, never played again. Fucking Zaza's all alone. Wait, not just for you, show this to... No, Hope, it was just bot. No, I'm just kidding. No, show it to Easy, don't show it to Dara. Fuck him. Show it to Easy, my goat. Don't show it to Dara. Saddlebag? Crossbody bag. Easy said he plays whatever he likes nowadays. Damn. Easy has gone the way of the libertarians. Okay, you're going for a stroll. You're going for a stroll. You're going for a waltz. You're moseying on over. You're walking breezy. Nice. Bull, Octopus, Gold, Thunder. Bull. How many chapters are you planning this stream? We'll see, Harsh. We can do like a solid 8 or 9 if we feel good. Like, I'll start by like 7:45, maybe 7:50. That'll give me about 2 hours till Dara streams. I'm not saying I'm gonna stream for the whole 2 hours, but like we can keep going. I feel pretty good today. I don't feel tired. We're chilling. I just have to go to the gym after, but I can go kind of whenever, so it's no big deal. We're good. Hobo. Author notes first. Yep. Author notes, volume 3. I'm asking purely because you're almost caught up to me, so I need to start reading again. Hey, if nothing else, anyways, have a good stream. Aw, shit. Nah, Hope, seriously, thank you. Fucking love you, dude. You have a good night, buddy. Get a good night's rest. You deserve it. Baloney. Bunk. Baloney. Bullshit. What is bilge? Oh! What is balderdash? Excuse me? I got it before you said it, Devil. It's all mine. I'm taking the credit for it. Moon. Gold. Hobo. Thunder. Octopus. Messenger. Was reading volume 3 and they made me... I won't suggest. Okay. Octopus, thunder. Dare I mention in the connections? Hobo? Saddlebag, crossbody bag, messenger bag. Moon bag? Is that a thing? Octopus bag. How is this 3? Hobo bag? That can't be a thing, guys. That can't be a thing. That's a thing? The fuck is a hobo bag? Is that just a literal bag that No. Wait, this is a thing? What the fuck is this? This is a these are called hobo bags? Who the fuck could want to buy something called a hobo bag? What the fuck is that? Different type of bag. Start of one-word James Bond movie titles. I got them. Okay, I nearly got them. Review. Look. Reduce, minimize. Less review. Review better. Better review. Finished. Better review. Draft. Review. Okay, you're reviewing something. What are you doing? What's a synonym for review? Hold on. Do you like looking? Rate. That could work. Harsh! Oh shit, dude! Let's go! What? What? That was so peak! The fuck is this shape, bro? Okay, so you would think you can just do through here, but because of the pointed edge at the bottom, it's gonna get more. Okay, well, I can't just do like this because of the hole there. So I'd have to do like this. Oh, that was so bad. Cringe. I was trying to think of area. Didn't work. I'm washed. It's over, boys. You guys can just leave stream, I understand. You don't need to explain. Here. Here he just takes. Can't go here. Century of humiliation. Do you think I should read Volume 5, Chapter 2? Or Momo... What the fuck is Momotakus? What is Momotalks? Momotakis? What is that? I don't know what that is. Are basically character stories that a game I play. This can't take because of this. Volume 5. Volume 5. Yeah, you won't regret it. I'm sure. How would I know, you ask? I don't know. Why won't you regret it? I don't know. Yes, I'm pre-reading. That is my greatest sin. I'm sad to say I've done it. It's over, boys. I know that Lumion, he becomes the primordial demoness. I know. He was Cheek all along. I saw it. It's over. Why the fuck are you running your king, idiot? Misclick. Primordial Lumion? No. Primordial Cheek. Primordial butt cheeks. Am I a child? Yes. Shut up. Alright. Eh? Oh, this way to cut this off, idiot. Alright, let's just do this and then we'll start reading the author notes. No, that's not it. You want to play? I think that's it, right? I'll wait for a couple seconds. If not, I'll let it go. Need to put him on the spot, you know. Doesn't want to lose in front of everyone. I understand. I would be afraid too. If I ever lost, of course. Don't worry about it, buddy. So, how are you guys doing? Any plans for the weekend? Here. What? NFL draft. Nice, nice. Oh, this guy's good. I like him. Take here. Here. But then I go here. Here. Nice. Here. Here. Go here. Go here. Here? No, that none of this makes any fucking sense. Nice. Okay, I can go here because of this, but then he takes, so that doesn't make any sense. I'm about to have an IRL date with him. Oh, hey, good for you, Smokey. Oh my god, this guy's smoking me. Hold on. Fuck, Smokey, hold on. We gotta wait later for your celebration. Ah, no. This is so whack. Oh, he's just gonna wait. He's gonna rest on his laurels, the little bitch. Ugh, coward. Oh, Smokey, hey, good shit, man. Good for you. Been my motivation to get in shape for the past month. Hey, whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. Listen. No one ever regretted going to the gym, okay? Listen. All I will say is I saw this somewhere a while back. I try to remember it. On days I don't want to go to the gym, you never regret going to the gym. You never come back from the gym and go, damn, I wish I didn't go. That fucking never happens, okay? But every time you don't go to the gym because you're like, you know, like, I'm tired, the next morning you go, damn, like, I feel kind of shitty. I should have just gone to the fucking gym. I'm fine. You lazy fuck. So, whatever reason it takes, whatever it takes to get you there, if it's just I don't know, if it's just some strange that gets you in there, then fine. That is what it is, alright? Hold on. Okay. When the most powerful conspirer turned in the most brilliant manner, a conspiracy against him also began. Perhaps it had begun long ago. Everyone is a hunter, and everyone is prey. This is the imagery I wanted to convey at the end. I originally planned to write it directly after Lumin's silence at the end of the volume as a concluding statement, but it felt too... whatever that word is. Leaving the end open might be a bit better, especially since Lumi doesn't currently know what 001 represents. He can only see that Marora, the city of exiles, closely related to the headquarters of the Church of Knowledge and Wisdom, and that Marora is also similar to Trier, leading Lumion to be able to suspect that the relationship between 001 and the Fourth Epoch Trier without him being able to associate it with a conspiracy against the Angel of Red, making it unfit to say that the beginning line of this summary at the end of this volume. As if the author imposes these words. Hold on. For those who have read the first book should easily recognize that the stolen information given to Lumion represents a new conspiracy. This new conspiracy corresponds to that him who just recently returned to the stage with a grand conspiracy of his own. Unc releases the children from his basement. Unc releases the children from their baths. Yes. For those who haven't read the first book, I've also tried to imply a connection between the sealed artifact 001 and the Hunter pathway by showing that the sealed method of this artifact is eerily similar to how the Fourth Epoch Trier is sealed. This item is related to the War of the Gods of the Fourth Epoch, and that it is being given away is also a response to the return of the Angel of Red himself. This volume was very exhausting to write, with conspiracies large and small interwoven. Different people and factions have their own schemes, ultimately converging into a firework display to welcome the return of the most formidable conspirer. Thus, this volume is called Conspirer. The first layer of meaning is undoubtedly Lumion becoming a conspirer. The second is the return of Medici, and the third is the myriad of conspiracies. Some already erupted, some just being exposed, some still continuing in the shadows, and some still in the process of being planned, and even the apparent ultimate winner is still the target of conspiracies of others. Case in point, you guys seem to have figured out who the Church of God of Knowledge and Wisdom is supporting, but so far haven't figured out why Wisdom is betting on said side. And no one seemed to point out that the hostile return ritual is a crucial step that Lumion has to appear in front of the Iron and Blood Cross Order in front of Martin, and allow them to find the special quality of his body. So I ask you, which organization scheduled Lumion to be the undercover in the Iron Cross Blood Order? The Aurora Order? Interesting. So basically, he's saying that the Church of God of Knowledge and Wisdom is supporting Adam, also effectively the True Creator now, right? Because Adam and the True Creator have combined to make like half a Great Old One, 3/4 of a Great Old One, whatever. This volume introduces the influence of the Outer Gods faction, very, very many of them. Combined with the existing ones, there are too many side plots and lines, causing a pacing issue in the middle section of the volume for a bit, too slow and dragging, with insufficient changes. I originally planned on Lumion to become a conspirer around chapter 120 of this volume and digest the potion at the end, but the more side plots I wrote, the more side plots emerge, adding several dozens of chapters. Later, there was no choice but to cut some side plots quickly, introducing the hostile, and pulled the main story back. It worked out as well as it could have. In addition, there's a natural problem with sequels. Readers who have read the previous work have already seen a high level and intense events and fights, so that returning to a lower level may feel lacking. I can't solve this, so I must patiently write. We will eventually return to the higher levels. It is partially an OBS setting, but I don't think it's 10 seconds. I think because I have it set on ultra low latency, so there's always going to be some delay, but I think on ultra low it should be like 2 or 3 seconds. We've tried. We've like my brother and I did this a couple of times to see how like we can figure this out right now. Okay, like I can just do like a clock thing, right? Seems to take 10 seconds for a message to appear, but other times it's just 2. It could be just jumping around. It could also be just sheerly based on the amount of data that YouTube is processing at any given time, causing the delay to grow and shrink at times. I'm making that latter one up off the top of my head, but it does feel like it would have some minor impact anyway. Of course, nearing the apocalypse, all conflicts will intensify. Lumion and his group will inevitably get involved, just like at the beginning of the second volume when Lumion arrived in Trier. As soon as Lumion stepped into the city, I started thinking about what Medici wanted to do. In the current situation, what he could realistically achieve and how he was going to go about it, leading to the detailed structure of the entire third volume. Due to the limitations of their own sequences, when encountering similar events in the previous volume, Lumion and his groups often played marginal roles. This is unavoidable, because they needed to grow, and they will eventually enter the main stage later. I said before that in this part there may be a battle of wits between the protagonist and Medici. Now it seems inevitable. Whoever loses will become a demoness. Not really. Regarding this, both of them will still have hidden lines on them, another subplot to shape and build the image of a certain character. Not those two themselves, but someone else. In conclusion, I'm quite satisfied with Volume 3's wrap-up. Although using chaotic transitions to correspond to the interweaving of large and small conspiracies may not seem suitable for readers who follow my work chapter by chapter, it eventually converged into a stronger climax. Only with a strong, extreme plot can extraordinary characters be molded and portrayed. I'm quite satisfied with the Sun and Medici in this volume. You can check the latency by right-clicking on stream, saying it shows the 2.5 seconds. Yeah, you see, that sounds about right. Writing that segment of Medici and Sun's inner monologue in a lyrical manner was carefully weighted. I have said before that restrained and sad emotions are suitable for straightforward descriptions, suitable for silent blank spaces, like Klein offering flowers as a clown. As for the other plot, bold and unrestrained emotions require eruption, a shout. The title for the 4th volume comes from the Path of the Outer Gods. As everyone already knows, as for the Volume 4 opening quote, I already modified a line from Jade Chu's song, line similar that appears in the chapters before, but I feel it fits quite well. Volume 4, Sinners. O merciful Lord, I plead for thy forgiveness for the sins I have committed. Aaron, how's it going, man? Well, it's time to rest and reorganize. The kids at home started kindergarten in September, getting sick with a cold or fever every month. True! Dude, okay, I know no one else is gonna fucking get this in chat, but when my niece and nephew, started going to the school, every single week for the first 6 months, she'd be sick and she'd make everyone else in the house sick, because they'd be like 30 kids in one fucking room who have never been in like a room with a whole bunch of kids before, because you know, normally you'd see like 1 or 2 of their friends or whatever. And so now everyone is getting a new disease and they're spreading it around to all the other fucking kids every goddamn week. Holy piss. True cuttlefish. Sometimes I get infected too. Thanks to having some drafts, I was able to keep up with the updates, but it's still exhausting. So another day off this time. Thank you, everyone. Hey, good shit, man. Dude, can I just say, Volume 3 was the first volume I genuinely enjoyed all the way throughout. Like, yeah, I'm not going to say there was like no quiet chapters, but I also don't expect it to be constantly just on the edge of your seat every fucking chapter. Like, that's not going to happen. And you don't want that in a book even. But like, this was the first volume where I genuinely went like, okay, like that was genuinely fun and I want to keep reading. That was like fun. Not all of it, true, yeah. But like the latter half of it got really, really fucking good, man. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we stuck out. I know there were like portions where I was like, I wanted to fucking kill myself. But generally as a whole, having it finished it, I'm so glad I pushed through those like sad parts. You guys were here, obviously, because I'm like, okay, we're gonna do like 5 chapters, okay, I'm gonna read as much as I can, but like, fucking, who knows, okay. So Lumion goes to the dance hall, he jerks off, and then he comes back to the motel, and then he makes fun of Charlie, and then he goes to bed, and then he goes back to the dance hall, and he jerks off some more. I'm like, holy fucking piss, how many times can I read the same fucking thing? But like, okay, now, like, I feel like we're in a good place now. I feel like there should be some hustle and bustle from here. It should be good, you know, it should be good. Like, I can't wait for one specific chapter in this volume. What the fuck? What chapter are we on? 495. Hey, we're gonna cross 500 today? Let's fucking go, baby. 500. But I'm so curious, why did Ludwig give him the thing? The description of 001, why is that? What is he supposed to do about that right now? That's so far above his level. If he was giving him 001, that would make him some like goat shit, but I get why he can't do that either. How the fuck would he? You should be able to guess why. Well, I can't, okay? I'm an idiot, so fuck off. Anything else? There you go. That looks a little better. Think. Okay. Okay. So 001 clearly has something to do with their pathway. It also has something to do with Salinger and the War of the Four Emperors, okay? What would he want to do? It ain't that serious? Maybe, I don't know. Okay, so it's something about this. The most important thing about it was like its seal, right? And like it's at the sheer pinnacle of 001. Wait, could 001 be? Because 001 means zero, like grade 0 means it's an angel level artifact. Could it be the third character? Could it be the third sequence 1 characteristic of the hunter pathway? Is that possible? Like maybe telling him like, hey, like I know this is far away, but like you got a chance? I know Medici is strong as shit, but you gotta or could it be like even the characteristic of that own pathway? Right? Or no, sorry, not the character, the uniqueness of that pathway rather. To be able to say like, hey, I know Medici is far along, but like we got a thing under wraps here. We can keep him contained. If you can go balls to the wall and start getting caught up, we can maybe. Listen, I know he's got some peeps supporting him, but you got some peeps supporting you too, you know? Like maybe before he becomes a great old one, you slide under like my boy Klein. I don't know if Ludwig knows Klein did to that bomb tool, and you just usurp the plates from him. You go, nah, I'm here, bish. Does Klein know it, or does Lumia know any of this? Fuck no. Does Ludwig know any of this? I don't know. Am I making any sense? I don't know. All right, let's go. Oh, merciful Lord. 495, right? Okay. Oh, merciful Father, I implore your mercy for the transgressions I have made. Lumion, Franca, Jenna, and Anthony fell silent as they stared at. Wait! I can't remember. Wait, someone tell me. I can't remember this. Did Ford say she was gonna give them all the characteristics and the things she found, or did she say I'm keeping them? Because I feel like she said she's keeping them, but that doesn't make any sense. The fuck would an angel have to do with that stuff? Am I making this up? Am I dumb? Is right there, keep motherfucker, just give me the answer. Fucking God. Cringe shit, Kami. Cringe shit, okay? That's all I'll say. Illumin, Franca, Jenna, and Anthony fell silent as they stared at the gleaming full-body armor. Before delving into the details, they had already sensed the power emanating from the artifact. The brief yet potent hurricane of light it unleashed was a deadly force. Even Martin, as Sequence 5, was willing to trade other mystical items for its might. However, upon scrutinizing the information provided, their initial enthusiasm waned as they instinctively distanced themselves from the armor named Pride. Within the artifact information was a stark warning. The curse of betrayal originates from a deity's intense aversion and hatred before their demise. Even angels cannot escape its grasp, only mitigating the negative effects. The sole solution is to shatter the armor and restore it to a pure characteristic. However, this means losing its uniqueness. For instance, the ability to use Hurricane of Light again in just 2 minutes without delay. Moreover, those Beyonders who advance by consuming a potion derived of that characteristic will endure reasonable but not too severe betrayal for an extended period. A deity's demise with a betrayal curse of 2 paths? Is this one of the things from the God of fucking thing? Is this one of the characteristics from him? From the God of fighting, God of war, whatever the fuck, who got betrayed by his own mother, so the fear of betrayal. 2 pathways, the fucking vampire bullshit one, and then the combat, thank you. Vampire bullshit and the Evernight pathway. 2 pathways, fear of betrayal. Oh my god, the bum? He got turned into an armor. Bro, you're such a loser. Why aren't they condensed into one? Why does he have a sequence 5 out? Oh, that's so jokes. Oh, thank you, Kami. Okay, I finally got there. Oh my god, what a bomb. Recalling Martin's tragic end, Franca, initially skeptical, now felt unexplainable fear. The Queen felt fear for the very first time. Lumion observed the hesitancy in Franca, Anthony, and Jenna, realizing none were eager to claim that particular spoils of war. "I'll go first," he said. Pointing at Martin's remains, he said, "I choose Reaper." The characteristic had fused into a finger, creating an unusually sharp bone blade emanating an icy glint. Immediately after, Lumion shifted his gaze to the charred bone originating from Philip. "I will trade the hypnotist characteristic and the decency brooch for this. You guys wouldn't be able to handle that anyway." What is the charred bone? I will always flame that dude. I know, dude, he got not even just lost, he got fucking packed up, Chris. He was like, wait, hold on. What's happening here? Dead. Oh, it's so quick. Per Madam Magician's intel, while the bone flute held significant power and uniqueness, it carried the risk of bringing misfortune in the form of injuries, death, and other grisly calamities. Only Lumion possessed the resilience to withstand these effects. In truth, if General Philip's grudges before his demise hadn't been so potent, and if the curse of misfortune stemming from the deceased pathway's boon hadn't been so exaggerated, Lumion might have struggled more to endure it. After all, enduring perpetual misfortune wasn't anyone's wish. Experiencing excessive bad luck was akin to tempting the fate intertwined with Termi Boris, a fate deeply connected to Lumion. That's just the Lord of the Mysteries God. Curse, God of Seals, got stealed. God of Emperor, God of Errors made an error. God of Death died. God of War lost the war. Yes, but my lord the Fool has never been made a fool, so I don't know. Not yet, anyway. As per Magician's detailed description, Lumion named the bone flute the Symphony of Hatred. It possessed 3 abilities. With a simple blow, it emanates a sharp, ear-piercing sound, not only damaging the spirit body, inducing dizziness and nausea, but it can also temporarily impact Beyonders with weaker physiques, those equivalent to ordinary adults. It appears that a symphony resonating from the depths of the river of fate, inflicting a weakness on the enemy's mind. Those with unstable minds may experience symptoms akin to madness. Those with psychological issues may have latent problems triggered, and there's even a chance of excessive desires causing them to explode. And individuals with illnesses or injuries will inevitably face consequences. Those less fortunate may find themselves extremely unlucky. Of course, the player needs some knowledge about musical instruments to play the flute effectively. While this bone flute is brittle and cannot be used for blocking, wherever it stabs is equivalent to hitting a vital point. If it strikes a true vital point, the enemy will either be killed in a single blow or face the fate of social death for a time. What fucking pathway is this? Well, wait, is this the deceased pathway bullshit? No, that can't be. Franka observed as Lumion placed the colorless colloid on numerous bubbles and the decency brooch. Observing the lack of objections from Anthony and Jenna, Lumion produced a deep black cloth bag resembling a coin pouch and placed the Reaper characteristic and the Symphony of Hatred inside. Personally crafted by a magician, it was a Beyonder item devoid of characteristics. At first glance, it seemed to hold only up to 200 coins. But it also concealed another dimension within, equivalent to an entire apartment. It could accommodate a vast array of items, including the Pride Armor. Why he didn't take the Pride Armor, I'll never understand. Magician also placed a specific seal inside him. While within the bag, Beyonder characteristics didn't require regular relocation, and the negative effects of mystical items would diminish significantly. The Traveler bag needed resealing and reinforcement every 6 months, or it would lose its mystical abilities. In such circumstances, if the item inside weren't promptly retrieved, they would be lost to the spirit world. Franka received a similar Traveler's bag as a reward as well. After claiming his share, Lumion turned to Anthony. Anthony said, "I contributed the least. I will take the hypnotist's main ingredient. I feel that my psychological problem has been alleviated, and I can contemplate advancing." General Phil... The flute came from his... Wait, so you're saying Klein has 2 Reaper characteristics now? One is the actual characteristic from Martin, and then one is the bone flute, which is characteristic plus boon. Not Klein. Lumion, sorry. Old habits. I don't think that's ever going to go away, dude. 500 chapters in, it's not going away. In his interactions with Lumion, Franka, and the others, he often heard words and sentences infused with mystical knowledge. Though he refrained from inquiring, he vaguely grasped various patterns and the essence of things he hadn't considered before. "No problem," Franka said, not insisting on Anthony choosing another item, and said to Jenna, "I want the mirror fragment left behind by the fake Martin." Madam Magician referred to this as a mirror world fragment, serving as a crucial clue for Franka's subsequent investigation into the state of the demoness. And it possessed a unique quality. Using it to reflect a target allowed the user to create a corresponding mirror person. But they couldn't replicate entities with godhood, and the mirror abilities only lasted for 5 minutes. The fragment produced 2 types of people. The first was a shallow mirror image, replicable in 10 seconds. The second was a deep conversion that took a minute. The former retained the original's body state, as long as the body hadn't undergone a gender change, similar to those like Franka and Lumion. However, these mirror people were relatively weak, equivalent to the original body at a certain past point, but lacking abilities. The latter was a near-perfect replica. Of course, for a demoness of pleasure, this wasn't practical. If she could already capture the other party's figure with a mirror, why not directly cast a curse instead of creating a person? Lumion interjected, "You can take another one, Franka. No need to be modest. Your contributions are second only to mine." "What do you mean, second?" Franka scoffed, pushing the decency brooch in her direction. The only remaining ones were the dark-painted wooden box and the Pride Armor. Jenna swiftly made her choice and selected the authority holders under the table transaction. According to Lumion, her lucky gold coin no longer carried any additional luck. Its usefulness now was limited to specific situations. Recognizing this, she didn't believe she could resist the curse on the Pride Armor, and Jenna understood the importance of not being overly prideful. The usage of authority holders under the table transaction involved grasping valuable items with one hand, inserting them into a dark wooden box through the side curtain, handing it to the outstretched palm-like object, stating one's requirement. This process simplified complex matters and eased transactions. I have no fucking idea what that does. However, one needed a clear, achievable target, no vague requests. For example, stating a desire for a specific characteristic or mystical item was useless. Users had to find the corresponding item or characteristic, failure to reach a deal, and then make their request. This approach involved changing the seller's mind, with a high chance of securing a steep discount. I still don't know. It had various applications, even allowing individuals with deep grudges to reconcile by shaking hands inside the box. Though the individuals shaking hands weren't actually the parties. Authority holders under the table transaction was an active remnant of boon power, and without boundary characteristics it could only be used 9 more times. The downside was that each increased the likelihood of encountering evil creatures like demons in future transactions. As Jenna stowed it away, Franca smiled. I wish to use the decency brooch to exchange for the black demoness figurine, or would you prefer to zero your debt as an exchange? This is everyone's spoil of war, Jenna said in confusion. Jenna stared at Lumion. Yo, unhinged, how's it going, man? Jenna glanced at Lumion and Anthony, finding their nods of agreement, muttering, Damn it, you're making me feel embarrassed. I want the decency brooch. Only by personally paying off a debt does it become meaningful. As she spoke, Jenna handed the black primordial demoness figurine to Franca and stowed away the brooch. Finally, fucking hell, man. Finally, the group directed their attention to the silver pride armor. After a lengthy pause, Franca said, CL, keep it. Treat it as a communal item that anyone can use. Only the both of us can carry it for now. Besides, you're about to head to Port Santa in Fena Potter's Gaia province. You can't borrow my mirror substitution anymore, and this armor will become useful at moments. Just put something in, and you get something in return. Oh, okay. Lumen had already made his decision to investigate the sea prayer ritual in Port Santa, and search for the traces of Bard and Ultraman. I'm taking that as my first proper big theory in fucking COI, okay? I called that. So long ago, I fucking called that. Adventure volume, let's go! Lumen commented nonchalantly, that works. In the future, if anyone wants it, I'll teleport it to you. What's it called? CL's Postal Service, we'll say? After joking, he approached the armor beside the coffee table and began stuffing it into his traveler bag. With this motion, the entire armor shrank into the small cloth bag. As long as one part of the item could enter, it could pass through the opening regardless of size. Considering these factors, Lumi's initial thought upon obtaining the Beyonder item and its explanation manual was that it could be used to conceal a corpse. How magical, Jenna watched as the scene unfolded. Despite attending numerous mysticism gatherings, she had never encountered such an item. The closest thing she had ever seen was the world inside a painting. Lumen concealed the traveler bag beneath his clothes and a smile played on his lips. Addressing Jenna and Anthony, he said, After this incident, you ought to know that Franca and I are backed by a secret organization, not the Iron and Blood Cross Order or the Demoness Sect. So, what do you say? Interested in joining? If not, I'll need you to sign a confidentiality agreement or swear a binding oath of secrecy. After having heard Lumen and Franca's discuss the secret organization and knowing they genuinely believed in the Fool, and having received a response from the Fool, her decision was swift. I'm in. Anthony pondered in silence and said, Does your organization follow a hidden entity? It is an orthodox god, Lumen responded. If you doubt me, I can show you the cathedral. Lumen confirmed the sincerity of Lumen's expressions and said, Then I don't have an issue. My past experiences in this incident have taught me that I'm too feeble to prevent a catastrophe all by myself. Even if it stands right before me, I can only watch as I see myself and the others around me plummet into the abyss. For Anthony, joining a secret organization seemed like a pragmatic choice to strengthen himself, especially one that believed in an orthodox god. As a believer of the god of steam and machinery, Anthony carefully considered it. He realized that the church scriptures lacked any mention of animosity between orthodox gods like EBS, which perpetually preached hatred towards Lord of Storm and God of Knowledge and Wisdom. There's a reason for that, buddy. In other words, his faith wouldn't hinder Anthony from joining such an organization. Without waiting for Lumion and Franco's response, Anthony grinned. I originally planned to head back to West Midseashire. West Midseashire. Live in the countryside, but now I'm worried I can't escape the looming catastrophe. Just like those in the market district who'd willingly dance on the edge of life and death amidst repeated abnormalities. Yet their wills and desires are futile. From what I've seen, catastrophes are becoming more frequent. Lumion mocked. You've turned into a fucking nag. We'll hash out the details once you confirm your Major Arcana card and get your mission assignments. I actually kind of like living here, Jenna said. It seemed like she might need to leave this place. Lumion chuckled. This is in fact the protection of the Market District. Hunters and demoness always bring catastrophe. Bullseye, it's on the fucking screen, buddy. I'm only saying that because it's Bullseye. Everyone else I am nicer to, I promise. Always bring catastrophe, even if they don't do anything, Jenna thought. Fuck off, you're the only one like this, Franca cursed. In the past few months, more catastrophes have happened around CL than any before. What does it have to do with us? Wouldn't that just prove that 007 was right? After discussing other matters, Lumion and Franca stepped out of 3 Rue de Blue Blanche. One headed for the psychic headquarters on Rue Sheer, while the other made their way to Tricardo. Lumion opted for a rental carriage. Outside the carriage window, street vendors hawked whiskey, meatloaf, fish, bread, sauce, soybean paste, and various other items. After the riots of last night and the apocalyptic downpour, this place was once again alive with activity. We are Bullseye. That's why I'm shitting on you. I wouldn't do that to anyone else. We just finished volume 3, so we're just doing dividing up the spoils of war and shit. For Lumion, it was a reminiscent of the market district of past, but now he was a wanted criminal in his identity as C.L. Dubois, a member of the Iron and Blood Cross Order. Saul de Balbry and the other establishments had undoubtedly been seized by the police, and the Iron and Blood Cross Order's grip on the market district had been eradicated. Lumion found it regrettable as it meant losing a stable source of income, but after taking Ludwig in the previous night and informing Madame Magician, he intentionally returned to the dance hall before the chaos settled, securing 30,000 from the safe, bringing his total to 75,000. After reporting the previous night's matters to Mr. K and obtaining the Mr. Oracle's approval, he planned to leave Trier. Before embarking on his journey, he had 3 priorities. First, he needed to locate Lugano Toscano, who had lost his job again, and inquire if he was willing to accompany him to the Fainapotter Port Santa. The Sequence 8 doctor, often journeying to the Fainapotter Kingdom, was fluent in Highlander. Lumion, who only knew Intesian and Faceac, risked communication challenges without him. Secondly, he awaited Jenna and Anthony's Major Arcana card missions to see if they could collaborate. Thirdly, he planned to use the messenger-related spirit world creature information that came from the Reaper formula from Madame Magician to attempt to gain a messenger. This would make future communication with Franca and the others a lot easier. Avenue de Boulevard, 19 Rue Sheer. Lumion met Mr. K again. Last night, I entered 4th Epoch Trier. Lumion got straight to the point. I know. Tell me the story. You know? What the fuck? Lumion recounted capturing Bouvard Pompero during his revenge and the subsequent events of how he and Franca completely defeated Mir Gardner. Throughout the entire narrative, he only shared his experiences and avoided mentioning Jenna and the others. For instance, omitting details like the fortunate gold or Jenna's prayer to Mr. Fool. Similarly, he left out many specifics. Mr. K listened without interrupting and spoke. After Lumion mentioned the elimination of the Iron and Blood Cross Order and his exposed identity, Mr. K spoke. No problem. Feel free to seek my assistance at any moment. Without waiting, the Aurora Order turned around, knelt, and prostrated himself on the ground. Mr. K's face pressed tightly against the floor titles as he muttered to himself. Lumion waited in silence, refraining from interrupting. The shadows around him deepened. Yet he remained unfazed. It seemed normal for people like him. After an indeterminate period of time, Mr. K coughed violently and said, "O merciful Father, I implore your mercy for my transgressions." That's a fucking song, bitch. I don't know, it's a Chinese song. I don't fucking know what song. After repeating this 3 times, Mr. K's face pressed against the ground again, emitting sounds of chewing and devouring. After performing this, he stood up and tapped his chest 4 times. Up, down, left, right. "What happened? Why the repentance?" Lumion asked. "Our order has failed to react in time to last night's catastrophe. Failing to cooperate with you in destroying the ritual was my dereliction of duty." "It is not your responsibility," Lumion said. "The Tarot Club's action that preliminarily propelled the hostile plan forward. It's already commendable for the Aurora Order to discern what had happened. No matter the reason, failure to act is a sin. Must you be so responsible?" As if sensing Lumion's thoughts, Mr. K spread out his arms and said, "Because our order is born to bear all sin." You're not Jesus, bro. Oh my fucking god. Can I just say it? The ancient sun god is a fucking larper, bro. Oh my god. You're not the Messiah. Let it go. Oh my god. Buddy, you can't even carry your own sins, let alone anyone else's, you fuck. Mr. K didn't impose any specific challenges for Lumion, merely reiterating that Lumion could utilize the finger at any moment. As long as he wasn't in a unique environment, the Aurora Order could sense it. In Tricardo town, at the entrance of the manor, surrounded by grapevines, Franca caught sight of Brown Sauron. "I heard your lover is dead," the demoness smirked. "Did you just drink the provoker potion again?" Franca retorted. "Could it be that members of your family carry a provoker trait from birth?" "Yes, Martin is dead. I killed him myself," Franca chuckled. Martin's pupils dilated as she turned in surprise to gaze upon Franca, seeing that the demoness had a faint smile on her face. I was even present to hear your ancestor scream while dying, but that would expose my grasp of extensive secret intel and mysticism knowledge that ought to not be at that level. It would arouse the suspicion of the demoness sect," Franca considered, so she abandoned the idea and smiled. "Then I found the item Martin and his collaborators smuggled." "You found it? What is it?" Brown said. Franca didn't hide anything, and this was her purpose in visiting. She produced the pitch-black figurine. "What? How is it here?" the demoness asked. "You know what it is?" "My teacher will tell you." "What does your teacher call herself the Demoness of Black?" Any ordinary person would consider a demoness a derogatory term. Everyone has different standards. Some like to call themselves saintess, while others find demoness cool. They have a unique, unorthodox flair. Franca pondered. Men retain their youthful spirit even in death. Is there such an excessive self-awareness? Even if they were men once, she realized that if someone were to call her demoness of something, it would probably feel strange and have a weird sense of smugness. But as saintess, she'd definitely have goosebumps. Clarissa's eyes darkened, tinged with melancholy, swept across Franca's face. "Yes, I did," Franca took the initiative to recount, recounting from the moment she had failed to tail the Carbonari member until how she and Anthony mysteriously entered the Fourth Epoch Trier, under the influence of the primordial demoness figurine and the ancient silver mirror. She didn't hide the existence of the silver mirror anymore, only saying that she had accidentally obtained it a few months ago underground. Everything she said was the truth, every word. The Demoness of Black interrupted. "Did you run into Martin as soon as you entered?" "Yes. There was also that Carbonari member, General Philip, who faked his death. This figurine was found on him. At that moment, Anthony and I nearly died at Martin and Philip's hands. Fortunately, Ciel and Jenna inexplicably were nearby." "You said that there was an area in the wilderness with chaotic weather in the distance, and there was a giant figure surrounded by hurricanes and fog?" "Yes, we also heard its roar occasionally and nearly lost control. Fortunately, we entered the grey fog. The commotion outside became very muffled." Clarice listened and sighed. Browns looked at her teacher with a puzzled expression. Franca was puzzled, but then her heart skipped a beat. Browns belonged to the Sauron family. Could it be the same for the Demoness of Black? Could they be a branch of the Sauron family pledged to the Demoness sect? But the Demoness of Black's hair and eyes don't resemble those of Sauron family members. But if they are, could the Demoness of Black be a relative? Had the Demoness of Black heard about Vermonda's situation and understood the Iron and Blood Cross Order's scheme? As these thoughts raced through Franka's mind, she continued to recount the battle between the four of them and Martin, and finally took out the pitch-black mirror fragment. Your Excellency, what is this, and what is this figurine? In conventional mysticism, the mirror world isn't real. It is an amalgamation of the concept of doors connected with mirrors and alternative spaces. But many members of our sect believe that in certain places, or for certain reasons, there are a few mirror worlds with monsters. You encountered one of them. That is a fragment of their world. This should have already been handed over to me for a reward, but according to your description, many underground mirror people have already infiltrated Trier. This fragment can help you track them, find them, and eliminate them. Keep it for a while until the mission is completed. Origins and effects are the same as what Madam Magician said. I guess Clarice isn't lying. My next mission is in Trier. I guess I can't follow Ciel to Faina Potter. At critical moments, I can teleport there to help, I guess. Yes, Your Excellency. Frank aside. This figurine originates from one of the special mirror worlds. We believe in the primordial one in reality. The mirror people believe in the primordial one in the mirrorverse. But it's actually just a projection of the primordial one in reality. But what if? What if we are the true mirror people and they are the real ones? Just as I suspect. This is why he didn't make book 3. He wrote himself into a corner. It's over. Clarice nodded. You completed the mission better than I expected by retrieving this figurine. What reward do you want? Clarice asked. The potion formula for affliction, or an item that allows me to traverse the spirit world. This time, I will give you the formula. Once you complete your next mission, you can choose the item with spirit world traversal. Does that mean I can exchange my contribution for the teleportation type items this time, but they surpass the value of the Demoness of Affliction formula? I can save a portion and exchange them together when I make contributions? Okay, Franka said. The Demoness of Black raised her hand and swiped it at the void, and words appeared. Sequence 5. Affliction. A ritual without substitutes. Be burned at the stake for 15 minutes and survive without going mad? What the fuck? What the fuck? What do you mean? Why? After memorizing the potion formula, she left the manor. Clarice watched her silently as she retrieved an item from her hidden pocket, a pitch-black mirror fragment, bearing a striking resemblance to Franka's, albeit with an irregular fracture at the edge. Is Clarice from the mirror world? Or did she kill her mirror world counterpart? The blooded chickens. Funnily enough, Chinese anime Burn the Witch. Is Burn the Witch Chinese? I thought that was... I thought Burn the Witch was from the same guy who made Bleach, no? Written and illustrated by Tite Kubo. Yeah, that's Bleach. What are you talking about? Is Burn the Witch Chinese? No. Dude, I'm pretty sure you're wrong. I'm like pretty sure it's just Japanese. It's made by the same guy. It's made by the same guy who makes Bleach. Lugano Toscano, a burly man with brown hair and sharp features, donned a budget-friendly black formal suit. With Release the Witch? Oh, that might be Release the Witch. I don't know. I don't know anything about that one. Upon waking up, before having breakfast, he saw his companions being informed of him being wanted due to his role as Ciel's trusted advisor. Despite Lugano's confusion of the mob's motives and the uncertainty of involvement, as a wild beyonder, merely him existing rendered him guilty. Reluctant to seek clarification with the purifiers and hive mind, he packed his bags and moved to a safe house. During the factory's lunch break, I don't know, it said factories and I read factorio. I'm so cooked. Making the market district bustling, Lugano descended and surveyed the area. True to his expectations, he indeed discovered he was wanted with a bounty of 2,000 world ore. Considering his perceived lack of importance, Lugano hoped to fade into obscurity quickly. Entering the room, not much larger than an attic, Lugano used a brass key to open the wooden door, and amidst the creaks, a figure caught his eye. Ciel Dubois. How did he find this place? Besides me and the landlord, no one even knows. Whole 100-pound bounty. Bro, he's got that Tony Chopper bounty. He's the pet. Lumion, he's got that 100-berry bounty. At some point, the open curtains had been drawn. Why? Am I not welcome? Lumion smiled. It's my honor to have you, Lugano said. I just didn't expect you to know about this place. Speaking with humility, subtly hinting to Lumion. As Lugano spoke, he entered the room and closed the door behind him. The space darkened and a snap echoed. The candles on the wooden table ignited. Any questions? Lumion asked. Lugano didn't delve into the crimes of the mob's brass that had made him a wanted man, and said, Monsieur Ciel, how did you know about the safe house? Lumion chuckled. Lugano's eyes narrowed, sensing the formidable confidence in the other party. Of course, Lumion wouldn't tell Lugano that he had followed him multiple times, determining the locations of his safe houses. As a hunter, Lumion often roamed the market district in his free time. While he randomly chose targets for ordinary passerbys and residents, Lugano, a beyonder seeking to join his ranks, was a crucial subject of investigation for betrayal. I need your help with something, Lumion said. It is my honor, Lugano said. Isn't this too toady? I need to make a trip to the Faina Potter Kingdom. I wish for you to be my translator. No problem. Is that so? But I have a problem. Lumion, a conspirer, grew suspicious of Lugano's unquestioning loyalty. Could it be this fellow, like Ludwig, has been set to interact with me? I thought he'd refuse. After all, you've already become a beyonder. You can lead quite a good life now, even without any risks. I'm also wanted. I'm planning to find a place to hide before returning to Trier. Besides, I believe you'll reward me handsomely. Although doctors can treat illnesses, we can't use beyonder powers openly. That would attract the attention of official beyonders, unless we dabble only in the black market. The best choice is to forge a doctor's license and open a clinic. Add on beyonder powers while adding regular treatment. However, it will require a large sum of starting funds and sufficient medical knowledge. I have the latter, and as for the former, I have just exchanged all my savings for the main and supplementary ingredient for the doctor potion. Once I become a renowned doctor in Trier, I'll earn at least 200,000 world ore a year. That way, I won't have to adventure anymore. Even if I don't want to be too famous and attract the attention of officials, it'll be easier to earn 40 or 50,000 world ore. Clever. Excellent. Wait 3 days from here. I'll come to get you when I'm done. When the time comes, I'll pay you 5,000 as an advance. When I don't need your translation services, I'll give you another 5,000. If there's a battle midway, you can divide the spoils of war according to the rules between adventurers and provide further compensation later, no less than 5,000. All right, Monsieur Ciel, Lugano said. Throughout this process, Lumion observed the doctor's expressions and actions. Is this how he is? There's nothing wrong with him. Or is he such a good actor, Lumion thought. Merlin! How's it going, man? Long time no see, buddy. Jenna didn't linger any longer. She swiftly packed her belongings, intending to transfer to Franca's safe house. Despite being a leader of the mob and Martin's mistress, Franca strangely hadn't become a criminal. However, the demoness of pleasure anticipated that may soon change. Therefore, Franca had chosen to move to Tricardo Town, having packed her belongings and Jenna's luggage into a traveler bag quickly. Three options. Unaware, unknown, or lack of awareness, rather. Lack of awareness, or no? Yeah, lack of awareness, or unknown, or Sal. Statistically, probably Sal. Jenna hesitated as she walked forward. Although she had discussed with Lumion, Franca and Anthony what to say about the previous night, meeting official Beyonder still felt risky. After nearly 10 minutes, Jenna let out a soft sigh after she turned onto Avenue de Marche, towards St. Robert. Her brother Julian was still in Port Le Soir and would return to Trier in a few months. Jenna aimed to avoid implicating her remaining relatives and wanted him to live a free life. I'm already a witch who can bring about catastrophe. I'll shoulder these matters myself, Jenna thought. This time, Valentine and Immer weren't the only ones. There was also another man. This is our deacon, Monsieur Angolme. Before I spoil myself, oh shit, I'm ahead of you too, Merlin? It truly is lonely at the top, so they say. He attaches great importance to last night's catastrophe and wishes to know what information you have. Bye, buddy. From his perspective, Celia Bello had close ties to Ciel and Franca. One of them was Martin's subordinate, and while the other was his mistress. Jenna's role as an informant had prompted the purifiers on Angolme's suggestion to hold off on arresting Franca. For now, their mission was making Ciel, confirmed as a soldier of the secret organization, a wanted man. Are you referring to the catastrophe triggered by the unsealing of Fourth Epoch Trier? Jenna said. Immer and Valentine were dazzled by Jenna's smile. Angolme was taken aback and sighed. Would you believe me if I said that I witnessed the beginning of the problem in the natural ritual process with my own eyes as I entered Fourth Epoch Trier but managed to escape? Is it related to the hostel you reported previously? Where are Franca and Ciel? Angolme said. They've left the market district and probably won't return. Angolme breathed a sigh of relief and said, Tell me of your experiences. Minor Arcana. Let's go. Jenna briefed the three purifiers about their investigation of the hostel, emphasizing the encounter with the cyborg monk from the Deep Valley Cloister. As they investigated, Ciel and she stumbled upon a tunnel collapse leading to the painting world. Seems too coincidental. Could it be a miracle from God? Valentine muttered. Jenna nodded, recalling her initial disbelief, as she said, Yes, it was hard to believe at first. Angolme, with a subtle gesture of his right hand, signaled Immer and Valentine not to press any further. Jenna shifted her attention to Seraphine and Gabriel's detailed description of the hostel, delving into her and Ciel's harrowing escape, encounters with the pixies, and attacks from the rooms. Upon grasping the significance of hostel and rooms, Valentine's mind churned. Each room harbors a resident akin to concealing immense power in one's body. Where have I seen this before? With that, he turned his attention and said, What is Ciel's true identity? When the purifiers plastered the wanted posters across the city, they were on to Ciel, and his fake identity had cooked up with the mob. The headquarters had their hands full interrogating the Savoy mob members, digging for any shreds of information about Ciel's background. Don't you know? His name is Lumian Lee, a criminal from Cordoue in the south. Lumian. Valentine's eyes twitched. This explained everything. Ciel joined the mob and the Iron and Blood Cross Order to enhance himself and seek revenge on the evil gods. He played a role in this matter. Without his investigation, the ritual would have been brought forward, and the catastrophe would have been worse. Though he claims it's to finish off the bestowed, deep down, he doesn't wish others to suffer as he had. Valentine sighed. He, indeed, is a devout believer of God. Unfortunately, the fate and the malevolent forces have pushed him into the darkness. I didn't expect the one preventing the catastrophe from escalating to be a wanted criminal, a member of an evil organization. Even without the light, one can still be a hero. Janet detailed the collapse of the grey stone pillar, the distant giant figure, Philip's fake death, the black primordial demoness figurine, Martin, the terrifying roar, the descending sun, the reddened sky, and the rain of fire. Finally, we have obtained the figurine and the fragment left behind by Martin, left the seal, and returned to normal underground, Jenna continued. The complexity of the matter is beyond imagination, and involves a high-level power on Golmay's side. You have no fucking idea. Where's the figurine now? Valentine said. With Franca? Where's the armor? Magic mirror divination revealed a terrifying betrayal curse associated with it. Martin's fate preserved as proof. None of us dared take the risk. Unfortunately, ultimately we left it with Ciel, Jenna said. If you encounter Ciel again, tell him he can sell us the armor. Jenna nodded. The intel you provided is very important. What kind of compensation you want? The formula and ingredients for pleasure, Jenna said. Are you planning to leave the market district? That's right. Witches bring catastrophe, and I don't wish to impact the people here. No wonder witches and stories always live in deep, dark forests away from people. Once we verify the authenticity of your intel, we'll apply for the formula and ingredients. I can't guarantee success. Items at this level require approval from a high above, Ongolme said. After bidding farewell, Jenna picked up her suitcase and took a carriage to Franca's safe house. Once settled, she reflected for a moment and decided to express her gratitude at the Fool's Cathedral in Lovgeni Docks. In the pristine cathedral with clear windows, Jenna sat at the edge of the last row of pews. Amidst the tranquility of religious space, it felt as if she had entered a deep slumber. Vaguely, she sensed someone sitting next to her. Ignoring the newcomer, she continued. After a few minutes, she opened her eyes and saw a petite lady praying beside her. Justice? Oh, Judgment, sorry. Judgment, sorry. Although her eyes remained closed, the delicate contours of her brows, mouth, and nose were discernible from her side. Despite her lack of height, she exuded a calm, dignified aura. Jenna, the woman spoke. Yes. Who am I speaking to? I am the Major Arcana holder of the Two of Cups, whom you may know as Franca. Judgment. I came to the cathedral to pray today, not expecting to meet you. Perhaps this is fate. How about it? Do you wish to draw a minor card? I would be delighted, Madam Judgment, Jenna nodded. If it were any other card, Jenna may have been worried, but Franca and Lumian had already mentioned Judgment and Magician to her, a natural favorable impression, and trust upon them. Judgment retrieved a stack of tarot cards from a black bag hanging from her waist and cut them a few times and handed them over. Draw one. Jenna felt nervous inexplicably, reached out and drew a card. The card depicted a 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups, representing confusion, puzzlement, dreams, illusion, and choice. But what is most important is not that. Our tarot club's 2 demonesses drew a cup card. It's because they have cup sizes. Ah, I got them. Let's go. Scoreboard. She produced another card, the one portraying an angel sounding a trumpet. Major Arcana, Judgment. Keep this card. When faced with an unforeseen danger, take it out and recite Rain Judgment in Hermes. As long as I am in Trier, I can provide assistance. Of course, you two must be here. Except in places like Fourth Epoch Trier, I will not be able to hear you. Thank you, Madam Judgment, Jenna said. Now, cooperate with the Two of Cups to carry out the Demoness Sex mission, but with a different direction. Avoid the Demoness sect and investigate the special mirror world. The Demoness of Catastrophe, Crismona, who perished in the Fourth Epoch, is a starting point. A child of the Demoness, a natural-born woman, a pure Demoness like yourself. Dude, pure Demoness is a crazy way to refer to someone. Next time I see a woman who's being kind of bitchy, I'm gonna go, "You're a pure Demoness." The child of the Demoness born as a woman? Jenna pondered the sequence which and grasped its significance. Oh, fucking Christ, my shoulder. Alright, Jenna agreed. Upon joining the Tarot Club, her initial mission didn't require her to part ways with her companions or expose herself to risks. Allow me to update you on the Tarot Club's current situation, Madam Judgment said. After Anthony left apartment 601, his exhaustion of a sleepless night hit him hard. As a psychiatrist, his physical condition hadn't improved much. Staying awake till dawn and enduring several injuries took quite a toll. Surviving with the help of blood-sucking obsidian arrow had left him weakened. Having lost a significant amount of blood, subsequent intense battles had drained his stamina. At times like these, he couldn't help but envy hunters. Lumion, just one sequence higher, hadn't slept either. Despite being the main force in both battles, he showed no signs of weariness. Pressing on, Anthony turned to Anarchy Street, entering a brownish-grey home and reaching a corner for the third floor. His safe house. He believed it unsafe to rent from a landlord or broker for a safe house. His interaction risked betrayal and tracking. Leveraging his identity as an information broker, he identified unsaved or abandoned apartments. If things went awry, he could choose one at random. Dusty bed and moldy blankets didn't bother him. He collapsed and fell asleep. In a hazy dream, clarity and rationality returned. Ahead, Avenue de Marche unfolded. Following his intuition, Anthony passed a golden retriever and arrived at booth D. The best one! What, Madam Justice? Lady in a light green and white dress sat there. Anthony sensed he should see her face clearly, one capable of leaving a stunning impression, but the image eluded him. As if all the information had been gathered, but his brain struggled to process it. Good morning. I am Justice, the lady introduced. Justice. Anthony had learned from Lumion and Franca that the organization they belonged to used tarot cards as code names. Justice was her Major Arcana card. Of course, some entities don't think so, Justice smiled. The Major Arcana card sat opposite him was friendly, not imposing at all, even joking, easing Anthony's heart a bit. He exhaled and said, I can draw a card now. As he finished speaking, a stack of tarot cards appeared in front of him. Anthony habitually selected one from the middle and placed it. The Four of Swords. You have already unburdened your heart. The remaining rest and preparation are for propelling yourself further into the future. As a psychiatrist, this card signals you to be vigilant about your mind at all times. We shoulder new burdens at any moment, and it is crucial to know how to accept, accommodate, and resolve them, Justice interpreted. The stack of tarot cards appeared in front of her, noticeably less than before. Bug, how's it going, man? Sindo, have I seen you before, man? I'm sorry. I do apologize. That name doesn't sound familiar. With a casual ease, she placed it at the center of the table. The Justice card. Insanity. Yo, how's it going, man? Pushing the Justice card towards Anthony, she smiled. You now have 2 missions. Collaborate with the Two of Cups to eliminate the Mirror People and investigate the demoness sex predicament. Second, make contact with a covert organization known as the Psychology Alchemists. Did they brief you on the specifics of the great existence we follow in the Tarot Club? All I know is that you follow an orthodox god named the Fool and use the tarot cards as codenames. Following his name, Anthony said. Justice chuckled. Then allow me to introduce you to our beacon and savior, the great Mr. Fool. Her tone held a touch of joy. After leaving Lugano's safe house, Lumion took a carriage to Quartier de Jardin Botanique and made his way to Rue de Pauve, entered a safe house. Lumion sat on the sofa engrossed on a novel. Ludwig sat on a sofa engrossed on a novel. Escaping the Church of Knowledge doesn't mean you should stoop to read novels only. Lumion glanced at him. Someone of ill temperament sent you a letter. It is in the bedroom. The one in the golden dress, like a doll, Ludwig replied, not bothering to look up. Not a magician's messenger. Why did she lose her temper at you? I saw her and had a little spat with her. Just an argument? She didn't string you up for a beating? Lumion asked. This letter differed from the one that had previously rewarded him, addressing merely Lumion's inquiries after acquiring 001's information. This seems to be a hint from the Church of Knowledge. If you can obtain a high position, they are willing to offer some assistance. They may even tacitly permit you to take possession of the artifact. I did guess right! Make sure to read what Ludwig's eating. Indulging in a dessert. Carrot cake. Cake. Okay. Do I know anyone with carrot cake? How is that important? I'm pretty sure everyone is trolling. Oh, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Okay, but my understanding of what what the knowledge represented was correct. It's basically like different factions under God Almighty saying like, hey, we'll support different people. The Sun is saying like, hey, I'll support Medici, and God of Knowledge is saying like, nah, I'm gonna put my bets on this guy. This guy. But then who the fuck is Ludwig? How did they give him the... How is Ludwig like a high septon of the God of Knowledge and Wisdom? And he's just fucking around here? I don't know. Just a little guy. There are 2 prerequisites. First, you must become a Sequence 4 saint at the very least, possessing godhood and the qualifications to step onto the chessboard. I love how the implication right now is, right now you're so fucking weak, you're not even on the board. You don't even exist. Second, you must have a method to transport that artifact without causing harm to the surrounding humans. If you fail to meet these 2, the Church won't extend clear support. There's also contradiction for becoming a demigod, and those more formidable than Sequence 5 are unable to approach 001. Perhaps there's a message here, suggesting that after proving your ability to Sequence 4, but before consuming the potion, enter the City of Exiles, Marora, and approaching 001 as the next step, leaving a mark or achieve something to lay the groundwork for controlling it when you can. As for their specific expectations, I do not know. What do you know, you dumb bitch? God, put in some effort. This is your guy. They're telling him they don't mind him becoming a Sequence 1 Archangel, maybe a great old one. And you're saying, nah, not my problem, you dumb bitch. In simple terms, if you can demonstrate and prove your potential, the Church of God, God of Knowledge is willing to support your bid for the Red Priest position, competing against Medici. Does that surprise you? Are you excited? Surprise? More like shock. Lumion had never even considered the idea of being a god. Despite not being a devout believer, he had grown up in a society influenced by such beliefs. His exposure to the mystical world was relatively recent, making the notion of I too can be a god unlikely. As for the terror of Medici, Lumion had witnessed it firsthand. Prospect of becoming enemies with such a formidable entity, it struck him as absurd and meaningless. What's the fundamental difference between this and Aurora jesting during combat class, claiming that you've mastered basic combat techniques and can now slay a god? Is that a joke to like fucking FromSoft games like, hey, you know how to dodge, go kill God himself now? As these thoughts raced through his mind, Lumion muttered to himself, if I become a true god, can I resurrect Aurora? After a moment, he chuckled and said even deities can die and may not be resurrected. Madam Magician mentioned that the betrayal curse of the Pride Armor stems from his aversion and hatred of a deity before their demise. But due to the information she provided, the Pride Armor first appeared at the end of the all-out war in the northern continent. Did a true god die back then? I beat you to it. Nah, I beat you to it, Cuddlefish. I got there first. You can say it now, but I got there first, okay? The abilities of the Pride Armor are clearly the warrior pathway. The one who perished was the god of war? But in the Faceac Empire, the Church of God of Combat is still fine. After a moment, Lumion continued back to the letter. I never intended for you to pursue the Red Priest position. Actually, I believe that with an angel residing within you and a changed faith, there was a chance for you to become a high sequencer. Now, follow your heart's desire. Our Tarot Club is here to support you. But be careful. I went to Lundberg and consulted a few local scholars, but none of them have heard of the City of Exiles. In the eyes of ordinary people and even lower mid-class clergymen of the God of Knowledge, this city is non-existent and unrecorded. Could it be that Fourth Epoch Trier, instead of being called Trier, is just called Marora, but it's the same thing? Is that possible? No, it can't be. I'm an idiot. No, never mind. What are you talking about? Idiot? If it was there, then Medici would just take it, because he would sense it. Obviously. You're so stupid. Stop. No, stop. Okay, I'm being an idiot. Okay, so there's another place, hidden underground, layered on top of another city, where that lives, and it's gotta be like mirroring Trier, because it's having the same, like fucking a city underneath, outroars, riots every 6 months or whatever. Okay. No, I'm an idiot. I don't think before I speak. God. Bincy. Calling it. No, I'm kidding. Let's go. City of Exiles doesn't exist. When Lumion perused the information Ludwig had stolen, he couldn't shake the sensation that Marora was vivid and right before him, stemming from the fact that the scribe had meticulously chronicled every folklore and characteristic of the city. Could Marora be like Foggy Town? Is that possible? I read it so intently, feeling so nervous and afraid, and now you tell me I made it all up, Lumion thought. The Major Arcana teased. Perhaps the individual who penned this information had lost their sanity conjuring this city. Perhaps it is a colossal prison nestled in the mountains, patrolled by guards. Perhaps Marora is an imagined city, yet in a peculiar way it does exist. Do you remember what Foggy Town actually is? A city, controlled by Evernight, of course. Oh, you mean more than that? I don't know. Dude, it's in my notes, okay? I don't retain everything. It just doesn't make any sense to. It's too much information for me to just retain at all points in time. It's just stupid. I just keep it in my notes. Why bother? That's why you make notes. Why would you want to retain everything? Just cluttering your mind. Dude, that's why I'm really dog shit at trivia. I know a lot of stuff, but I don't have it on available for recall at all times. You know how fucking cluttered that would make your mind? Holy piss. Don't dismiss the first and third conjectures as an absurd hyperbolic. Like you have anything better to remember? Motherfucker, I deal with stocks all day, okay? I have to remember which stocks have reorganizations coming up due for when, which fucking options clients can take depending on what their fucking tax residency looks like. Do you have any fucking concept how fucking annoying some of this shit is? Did you know Thomas Reuters Corp has a fucking reorganization that's due at noon on April 24th? And there are 3 options for that reorganization. The third one is eligible to Canadian residents. The first 2 are only eligible for those people who are either non-residents of Canada or are residents of another tax residency aside from Canada and are not tax exempt in those territories. The kind of retarded shit that no fucking human should ever need to know, but I need to retain because for 3 more fucking days that shit might come up. Do you fucking know how fucking annoying that is? I'm sorry, I'm lashing out on you, but I know. Listen, I want to talk about work because my work is boring as fuck, okay? I legitimately feel like Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen, who's my job exists outside the confines of the natural society. If I were to go missing tomorrow, no one would ever miss me. But if a baker, a humble baker who makes nothing more than minimum wage, a mere fucking fraction of my income, were to go missing, everyone would miss him. Who is truly valuable in our society? I legitimately feel like that some days, okay? So I don't mean to crash out on you, Bug. You just caught me at a bad time, okay? I'm just coming back from work. I'm just coming back from a week of vacation where I was really chilling. And I haven't come back to this horse shit. I'm just reminded of what a fucking waste my whole fucking existence is, okay? Personally, I fancy the first conjecture. It emanates of fantastical beauty. A deranged keeper jotting down information about a sealed artifact, failed by ramblings and delusions, treating it as a reality. But what about the truth? Where did it vanish? At the sight of this, Lumion felt an inexplicable chill. Madam Magician had expounded terrifying possibilities. Moreover, had seemingly employed them using casual strokes, brisk descriptions, and a barrage of questions. Isn't this superior to the power of narrative prowess of most currently best-selling authors? Lumion critiqued the Major Arcana holder. Does he know? He feared that dwelling on it may tip him into madness. It wasn't out of the realm of possible. Dude, okay. So since we're already talking about Lumion becoming a contender for fucking Red Priest, and then possibly, likely, even for fucking, whatever the great old one of this pathway is this society gonna become what was that old society that the Evernight that Evernight used to run? What was that fucking society where like 3 different gods came out of that fucking society? Like, they just used to run like a secret society. No. They used to run like a secret meeting, right? Way back in the day where they decided on like, hey, we're going to kill Rose Redemption. Yeah, Rose Redemption. Yeah. Like, this is going to be the Tarot Club is going to be the new Rose Redemption. That was Sasrir? Oh, that was Sasrir. Oh, right. That was Sasrir ran the King of Angels, but then Evernight was in there. Yeah, Evernight was in there. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay, they're both all black, okay, characters. I just remember that artwork, so fuck, okay. Rose Redemption. The fucking Tarot Club is gonna be the new Rose Redemption. It's gonna be like, hey, so in the Tarot Club, don't say race. I don't mean color. I mean their fucking clothes. Okay, shut up. Left so I can say goodbye. Aw, thanks, Alma. No worries. I appreciate you popping by. It was like the fucking Tarot Club is gonna be like, so here sits the Fool, a fucking pillar of the universe. There sits, I don't know, the fucking great old one of the Red Priest pathway. I don't fucking know it, okay? There sits the bum of all bums. 4s, but she's an archangel, so we kind of let it go. I gotta make the stream start? Oh, fuck. There sits Evernight. Though she is not a formal member, she has always given us her tacit blessing. She exists and ensures that our plans come into fruition. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? You don't have every pathway and sequence memorized? I have to memorize all the parts of your mom and where she likes me to be at all times. It's a lot of sequences, so I forget the other stuff on Hinge Day, right? Fucking cunt. Alright, I won't terrify you any longer. In essence, unless you truly confront 001, don't summarily dismiss any conjectures or potentiality. My massive forehead? Motherfucker, how about you show us a picture of you? Yeah, conveniently missing from the internet, right? My shit is clean, boy, okay? Listen, I get that you're jealous, and it's okay to be, okay? If I were not me, I too would wish to be me, okay? If I didn't have my hair, I would wish to have this hair too. I get it. I do. But don't just... I verified the auditory hallucinations you mentioned. It is a mild corruption induced by delving into 001's information. Some entities can induce corruption merely by knowing their existence. Fortunately, your destiny is intertwined with that long-named fellow. To some extent, it is akin to having the status of an angel. Furthermore, you bear Mr. Fool's seal, the aura of the Blood Emperor, and other high-level paraphernalia. It is why you only experience faint auditory hallucinations. You didn't suddenly descend into paranoia. Madam Magician revels in spinning horror stories. Good God. Let me remind you that you are akin to an angel, yet you won't succumb to the corruption associated with higher sequences. That is what sets you apart. It's why you can venture into many weird places. Hence, some entities seek to exploit this. Exercise caution. By the way, Misjustice and Judgment have extended their gratitude. The revelation of 001 and Vermanda Sauron's whereabouts allowed them to fulfill a mission entrusted by Mr. Fool before his slumber. Hence, the rewards are particularly generous. Your concerns are also valid. If you miss the initial trail, whether it's barred, mad lady, or traces left behind by other key members, it is most likely a trap than a clue. Of course, traps can yield information as well. As long as you can withstand the associated peril, you may uncover the architect. Remember, this is my name. It carries the power to conceal the secrets from others. The King of Yellow and Black is an alias for Mr. Fool. Cosmic Traveler and Chronicler, and chronicling the world sounds amazing. Could she truly be the Angel of Stars from the Bible? Lumion thought. As the conclusion of the letter, Madam Magician added, the minor arcana, Knight of Swords, subordinate to Ma'am Hermit. journeyed to Fainapotter a few months ago for a matter. When you arrive, should you require assistance, you can reach out to him. His messenger is a peculiar creature wandering above the world, a half-fairy who fiddles in melodic strings, a messenger belonging solely to the Knight of Swords. You liking this? I'm on chapter 4, Unhinged, but yes. Half-fairy. Lumen couldn't help but recall. Simultaneously, he noted that the Knight of Swords messenger incantation deviated from the conventional format. Perhaps there was concern that foes could decipher the correct 3-line description. Regardless, limiting phrase, a messenger that belongs solely to the Knight of Swords. The second sentence didn't necessarily have to depict a creature friendly to humans, but since it could serve as a messenger, it could tacitly be considered friendly to humans. Lumion reread a magician's letter from start to finish, mindful not to overlook anything. Suddenly, a knock echoed on the door. Lumion looked up and Ludwig stuck his chubby little head in. "I'm hungry. It's time for you to cook." "Didn't you just eat cake and crackers?" "That's a dessert, not a main course." "Moreover, your culinary skills are impressive, and those dishes are unique. With a chef around, I wouldn't want to settle for raw beef." "Why don't you do it yourself?" "I can only cook by myself after I recover," Ludwig said. "I'm still a child. You're asking me to cook? Aren't you afraid that I'll injure myself?" "I'm just afraid you'll eat the fucking knife, you idiot." "What does it mean to cook after recovering a little? Is a chef a higher rank than your current sequence?" "Alright. Sounds good, Unhinged. You have a good night, buddy. I'm just gonna read like one more chapter. Maybe this is the last chapter. I don't know. And then go eat too. I'm starving. In the past, he had begged his sister for this food the same way. "I'm only responsible for 3 meals. The rest of the time relies solely on dessert, bread, and cold dishes. Don't bother me." As he spoke, he left the bedroom and entered the kitchen. After pan-frying a steak, Lumion picked it up and tossed it out. Deftly, Ludwig caught it and tore it in a few bites. Lumion chuckled inwardly. In underground Trier, Lumion stood before the altar, encircled by the recently dismantled wall of spirituality. He had completed the contract summoning ritual and gained 2 new contracts. Now he awaited Franca and the others to witness who could successfully gain a messenger. One of these abilities was shadow transformation, allowing Lumion to morph into a shadow authentically. While such abilities existed in mysticism knowledge of contractees, Lumion opted to inquire them from the spirit world creatures instead, preventing the bestowed of the inevitability from discerning the negative effects. Ultimately, Lumion contracted a spirit world creature known as a Long Shadow, sacrificed 6 servings of fresh cow and sheep meat in exchange for this ability. It wasn't as severe as an aversion and it made him more susceptible to sunlight than humans. This wasn't necessarily as severe as the aversion vampires had. Another ability he acquired was the Bottle of Fiction. He found the unique and practical ability demonstrated by the Potter intriguing. It could effectively screen an enemy, creating a concealed space where the other party couldn't escape and could only exit through the bottle's opening. Since no spirit world creatures could provide this ability, Lumion summoned the creature called the Fantasy Face and completed the contract with a bottle of wood. With a bottle of blood with a strong spirituality. This blood didn't need to come from a Beyonder, needed to come from a Beyonder above sequence 7 or a corresponding creature. Lumion naturally would use his own blood. Sacrificing it to the Fantasy Face could gradually transform him into a monster. Instead, he used the blood Madam Magician extracted from Martin's corpse. The corresponding downside was a trace of greed. Before long, Franca, Jenna, and Anthony arrived, one after another. "Let's just do messenger ritual. See Lumion and get and Franca get a messenger, and we'll call it there. Okay." Eight chapters, pretty good. I'm not complaining. I don't think you guys would be about that either. Dude, I'm honestly so proud of myself. I set a very lofty goal for last week for reading, and I kept to it, okay? Despite all the bullshit, let me tell you, a lot of shit happened last week, okay? I kept my fucking word, okay? So now, you guys can call me a bum, you can call me this, you can call me that. I am genuinely proud of myself, okay? 100 chapters in 6 days? That was good shit. Yeah, you can say I fell off. You can call me Unk. You can call me washed. You can call me whatever, okay? I did that shit. No one else, okay? How many chapters of fucking COI has Easy read so far? How many chapters of fucking Lord of the Mysteries has Dara read this week? This fucking month. Not that many, okay? I'm not taking any sass from people who watch those chuckle fucks. Fuck you guys. Anthony stared at the altar, the flickering candlelight casting a shadow on his face, voicing his concerns. His knowledge of mysticism hinted that messengers were rare. Only beyonders of certain sequences, or high-sequence beyonders, could possess these creatures. Franca grinned. Other beyonders may not cut it, but we have a chance. There are 3 prerequisites for having a messenger. First, you need to understand the spirit world creatures, knowing which can be summoned. You must grasp their characteristic and devise incantations for precise summoning. Second, the creature must be willing to respond to the summoning and not reject to sign a contract. Third, you need a unique undead creature and a deity to bear witness. See, there aren't any restrictions on pathways or sequences. For ordinary beyonders, the first requirement is toughest. Usually, they lack a deep understanding of the spirit world. Summoning one may make them tremble, afraid the incantation could lead to summoning a monster. We're different. We, as the Tarot Club, have Madam Magician, an expert in mysticism. CL has a pile of information. Madam Magician selected 3 creatures suitable for being messengers. Some desire to serve a mid-sequence beyonders, hence allowing us to skip the greatest obstacle. Otherwise, consider the speed at which spirit world creatures traverse. Some messengers can cover the distance from southern Intes to Trier in a few minutes. Others take 10 minutes to a half hour, while some take half a day. Without knowledge, summoning a messenger that takes half a year or 1 year to cover this distance is pointless. My name isn't CL Dubois anymore, Lumion reminded Franca as she finished. Isn't it just a habit of the mouth? When I first met you, your name was CL. I've been calling you that for months. The second prerequisite is that we have a way to bypass it. Beyonders of the pathways like death, affiliated with the undead or creatures of the spirit world, can make them willing to be summoned. Then it's possible to sign a contract. At the sequence of Spirit Guide, they can even semi-compulsively turn a target they fancy into a messenger. As for us, we follow the great Mr. Fool. You have all heard the Church's Bible, so you know that Mr. Fool is the great ruler of the spirit world. Strictly speaking, these creatures are under his control. And as members of the Tarot Club, summoning spirit world creatures and signing a contract will be much easier. In particular, we have Lumion, who has Mr. Fool's power. Have you seen him ever fail at summoning? The third is that Madam Magician has already given Lumion a special undead contract, especially prepared for messengers. The witness should be death, but they can be replaced by an angel from the underworld or the undead domain. And there's an angel of death on Mr. Fool's throne, the consul of the underworld. Actually, I don't think it's a problem to use Mr. Fool's honorific name directly. Would spirit world creatures not obey the orders of the great ruler? Yeah, imagine you're just being like, you will heed my call, or fear the terror brought about by the death consul. Everyone's like, fucking gotta go to that, bro? Yeah, I'm sorry. Listen, we were gonna get drinks, but I gotta fucking go, okay? You think I want the death consul showing up on my fucking door? You nuts? Jenna and Anthony absorbed the mysticism knowledge attentively, realizing its value. Once Frank had concluded, Lumion produced a carefully selected stack of information about spirit world creatures and said to Jenna, "You first." "Me? My chances of success should be about the same as yours, but I have a lot of messy things about me. I'm afraid it'll cause an anomaly and ruin the rest of it for you guys, so I'll be last." Jenna considered it and agreed. Muttering under her breath, she took the document and flipped to a page she had chosen earlier. Rabbit of Knowledge. However, this wasn't an ordinary rabbit of knowledge. It had absorbed some specific knowledge and had gone through a mutation to become a messenger. Jenna had a positive information of rabbit of knowledge. She found it friendly and willing to help. Additionally, its silly appearance added to its charm. This is genuinely how fucking girls pick shit. Like, oh my god, it looks so fucking cute. Bro, if I'm picking a fucking spirit world creature as a messenger, I need it to be the most terrifying looking shit in the fucking universe. It can be weak as shit, okay? It's a messenger. It doesn't need to attack. But I want this thing to be like ASIC's fucking 16 feet long fucking skeleton shit that's like fucking pulling up from underneath the floorboard and its head sticking up through the roof. Having completed all the preparation, Jenna took 2 steps back. I summon in my name. Rabbit-shaped spirit that wanders about the unfounded, a friendly creature that can be communicated with, a runner that pursues knowledge. The candle flame abruptly shifted to a dark green. A translucent creature resembling a rabbit emerged. Unlike other rabbits of knowledge, its eyes emitted a wise glint. Its legs powerful, indicating its proficiency in running. Jenna couldn't help but contain her joy. Or Jenna couldn't contain her joy at that moment. "Are you willing to become my messenger?" she asked. "Have you ever called my kind fools or idiots?" "No," Jenna said. "I curse occasionally, but not directed at anyone. Just an expression of my emotions." Fucking occasionally, Lumion thought. "You must pay me. Every time you must summon, you must give me a book or knowledge of equal value. You can give it to me directly or burden the person who is writing you." Having called its name in the past, I can't summon this rabbit as a messenger. There should only be one special rabbit of knowledge that has evolved to be capable of being a messenger. Lumion knew it was easy to deal with, but he didn't think it'd be so amicable. The knowledge you feed the rabbit of knowledge determines what it will become in the future, Jenna thought. Noticing a notification? What the fuck? Will reading more postman-related books improve its awareness and abilities? Jenna thought. No problem. Let's sign a contract. Following the template provided by Madame Magician, she used the dark red fountain pen on the altar to swiftly write up a contract on the goat skin. The contract was composed in ancient Hermes, with every word seeming to resonate with the forces of nature and the spirit world. Jenna added a description of the mysticism related to the underworld, the home of all death, the hell hidden deep in the spirit world, the witness of all decay of living beings, one that is solely belonging to the kingdom of death. Remembering Lumion's earlier advice, Jenna deliberately included a clause fixing the summoning incantation as a rabbit-shaped creature that wanders about the unfounded, a runner that pursues knowledge, a messenger belonging solely to the Seven of Cups. Still cautious about revealing her true name, Jenna refrained from using it. After scanning the contract and confirming its accuracy, Jenna signed her code name. The goatskin floated up towards the rabbit. Picking up the fountain pen, the rabbit wrote, Chazal Savio. You have a name? I named it myself after reading a book. It is my name now, replied Chazal, as the ghastly green flames on the goatskin merged, incinerating the contract to ash. Jenna breathed a sigh of relief and engaged in a brief conversation. I end this summoning in my name. The rabbit returned to the spirit world, and Franca eagerly watched as the wall of spirituality dissipated. Jenna's ease had filled with confidence, but she felt however, she faced a shameful failure. Bro, Jenna? The bum? Has a fucking messenger? What? What idiot calls Jenna a bum? This guy. Did I just call myself an idiot? Hell yeah, I did, brother. What, do you think I give a shit? I do not, in fact. Jenna Slender. Hey, listen, she's not a bum, okay? She's actually pretty good. Listen, everything that happened with her family and stuff, I'm actually kind of, I feel sad for her, okay? But it's all good. It's all good. Alright guys, we'll end it there. 2-hour stream, that's pretty good. No, I don't think anyone's complaining about that. Pretty good. This actually may work better for me. 7:30, this timing is good. I get a couple hours after work. I can go to the gym now. It's not super fucking late. You guys get like half an hour before that bump starts. Laughing across the board. Or no, did she start half an hour ago? Fuck, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't give a shit. I don't know. Bye, guys.